Corals. Corals are living organisms that are found in the tropical and subtropical seas. In some locations around the world, corals through it biomineralization built reefs, atolls and islands. The coral reefs are rich ecosystems with high diversity. In this video, you will learn about corals, its importance, the different types of corals, how they live and how they reproduce. What is coral? Why is it important to the ocean and to people? In the sea, the coral colonies we saw consists of thousands of tiny animals called the polyp. The polyp anatomy includes oral disc, mouth, pharynx, gonads attached to the wall of its throat and facilitate egg development and release through mouth, gastrovascular cavity, and network of mesentery. In hermatypic corals, they secrete calcium carbonate that is their skeletal structure called the coral light. The coral light consists of cup-shaped wall that contains the polyp and a series of ribs called septa. Taxonomically, in the kingdom of Animalia, corals belonged to the phylum Cnidaria. Cnidaria is a group of diploblastic organisms with radial symmetry, without organ systems and anus, having single tubular gastrovascular cavity, tentacles, and nematocysts. There are 4 classes of organisms in the phylum Cnidaria. They are Cyphozoan, Cubozoan, Hydrozoan, and Anthozoan. Corals belongs to the class Anthozoa. The class Anthozoa is divided in 2 subclasses, namely, Hexacoralia and Octocoralia. These subclasses contain hundreds of organisms including corals, sea anemones, zoanthids, sea fan, and sea whips. Hard corals or hermatypic corals belong to subclass Hexacoralia and within the order of Scleractinia. There are hundreds of species of hermatypic corals that are placed in this order. The Scleractinian. Most hermatypic corals are placed in the order Scleractinia. It contains the largest number of hard coral families. The most conspicuous hermatypic corals belongs to the family of Acroporidae. And the genus Acropora contains the largest number of species in all Scleractinian. Over 149 species of corals from genus Acropora are described. Acropora species are the major reef corals responsible for building the immense calcium carbonate substructure that supports the foundation of reefs. Hence they are considered as pioneer species. The cycle of living and dying of pioneer species helps develop new reefs with higher diversity. Most corals from these species can easily be recognized through the presence of the axial coral light at the leading tips of their branches. The following images are close-up photographs of different species of Acropora. They all possess the axial coral light at the tip of their branches or branchlets. morphological structures of the genus Acropora is diverse. They may be arboreal, tabulated, staghorn, and even plate form. Acropora are fast-growing corals that can colonize large spaces in dense thickets like this one in the foreground. Distribution of corals from genus Acropora are widespread. They exist in tropical reefs from the Indo-Pacific regions and stretches to the Red Sea and to the edge of the subtropical continents. Their adaptation and resiliency to climate and sea conditions differs from region to region. Therefore, every region must have separate studies and observation on the adaptation and resiliency of these corals. Using data obtained from a different geographical region can result in gross misinterpretation of this species. This includes observation in captivity. This means that the best observation includes long-term field observations. The Montipora. Montipora is the second most species-rich coral genus after Acropora, and they belong to the same family, Acroporidae. There are over 80 species of corals in genus Montipora. Morphologies for the genus Montipora include submassive, laminar, foliaceous, encrusting, and branching. The morphological feature of the genus includes the verucae. This is raised structures that occurs on its cenosteum and spaces between the polyps. This is one of the key morphological features for identification of this genus. In the next video we will discuss the fundamental biology of corals.